Welcome everyone. This is a short clip detailing how one would use CSI Mobile by Carlson to run a total station and draw line work out in the field. This clip is meant to provide just a very short insight to a few functions. In this case, the total station has already been turned on, set up. CSI Mobile is loaded and we're ready to go, ready to start shooting out in the field. Since the backside's already been shot, we are now at our store point screen. In order to take a shot, we're going to use the S button over on the right side. Now, if you're using a RT4 or RT3 tablet by Carlson, or you're using an old Surveyor 2, or even an old Surveyor for that matter, the enter button will also work to take a shot. But in this case, we're going to use the S button up on the top right side. Now I have to enter in the polar coordinates since I am not hooked up to a total station. But once you take the shot, it's going to take you to this heightened description screen. Unlike other software on the market, Carlson CSI Mobile has you take the shot first, and then we code the point. And we connect line work by light codes. So because we put numerical values behind feature codes, you can have an infinite number of the same type of line. And in this case, that point I just shot, we're going to simulate that it was an edge of pavement. So the feature code for edge of pavement, I know off the top of my head is EP. So if I type in E, you can see that we jump down to the E's within our feature code, but I could scroll through using the scroll bar off to the right here, or I could just type in P and we automatically go to edge of pavement. Now that is the code edge of pavement. However, we got to give it a command. We got to tell it to do something. This is the first point on a line. Off to the right, in the top left boxes, we have a control code that is start line. And when we press that start line, it's going to change just the EP code to a numerical value as well. And in this case, it is EP1 space ST. And that tells us that this is the very first point shot that was coded as an edge of pavement. And it's the start of this line. Once we have this entered, we're just going to hit the green check and accept it. And then we can see point number 3 is over here. Obviously, just with one point, that's not a line, it's just a dot. So we're going to continue simulating we're drawing this edge of pavement, and I'm going to take a second shot. And this second shot's going to have a slightly different angle, slightly different distance, but yet it's still on the edge of pavement one line. So we don't want to change the code, we're just going to accept it as is. And in this case, all we have to do is hit the green check and accept it. And there's our straight line from 3 to 4. Now we're going to cross the street and we're going to draw the other side of the roadway. Taking a shot, in this case it's now going to be at 270 degrees, so it's going to be to the west, and it's going to be at 75 feet also. Might say that it's an awfully wide roadway, but this isn't the edge of pavement 1 line anymore. But you notice the EP is still in here, and that's still the code that's important for us to use. So we just want it as a start of a different line. So in this case, all we have to do is tell it to start line again, and it makes it EP2. So the left side of the road where point 5 is will be EP2. The right side will be EP1. We need to continue this line forward. So once again, we'll take a shot. And in this case, we'll be at 305. And it'll be at 91 feet roughly. And it's still the edge of pavement 2 line. We'll just go ahead and accept that. So we have 2 straight lines on either side of the street. Now we can switch back and forth between the 2 lines because we know the one on the right here is EP1, and if we forget, we can just tap on the screen, open up our line details, and we can see it's EP1, it's active, and it's on the EP layer. So when we download this and bring it into any number of drawing programs, including Carlson Software, CSI Office, it will have its own individual layer. This side over here, just the same, is the EP2 line, and that is also on the edge of pavement layer. Now, if we continue on, we're going to take a shot. We need to start curving the line. So if we shoot to the right again, we're going to go back to the EP1 line, but this one's going to be at 53 feet. It's going to be at roughly 93 feet away. And in this case, now this is the EP1, so we're back to the right side of the road. So we simply click here, change it to EP1. And off to the right here, we have a start curve button. So the funny thing about CSI Mobile is it's very, very fluid, where you only have to draw one line. All the lines are straight except for the points in between where we tell it the start curve and end curve. And in this case, this is going to be the start of the curve. So I click it, and it gives it the code PC for point of curvature. And then I will accept it. Now, all other points on this line will be in a curve until I tell it to end the curve. So the next point here, we have 51. We'll make that 97 feet. It's already started the curve the last point, so it's still the EP1 line. I have to do nothing else with it except to accept the point. And then finally, I'll take a third point, and that'll be at 50. We'll make that at 100 feet. And this will be the end of curve. Now, if you remember, you got to have at least 3 points in a curve: the start of the curve, the apex, and the end of the curve. So I will now hit the button right below start curve, which is end curve, and that's PT, which stands for point of tangency. Now, keep in mind, this does not end the line. It just simply tells it that the curve has stopped, and we're going back to a straight line. I will accept this, and we have a nice curved line up here, which we can use our zoom tools and zoom in on. We can see 7, 8, and 9 as a curved point. Now, if I take a shot with point number 10, and we're going to make that, let's make that 50 degrees. So let's change that to 40 degrees and 100 feet. Just to demonstrate, we're still on the EP1 line. It's back to being straight. So we simply tell the lines to start, we tell the curve to start, we tell the curve to end, and then we continue on shooting straight lines. And you can do this indefinitely. We can shoot to the edge of pavement two-side as well, doing start line, start curve, end curve. And there's really no reason to end a line. Due to the fact that when we go to start a new line, we're going to tell it this is a new line. So at any point, I can go back to shooting the EP2 and then come back to shooting the EP1 if I want. So I can shoot any order that I want. I hope you found this helpful. Look for more of our videos that'll be found online. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at mflamm@carlsonsw.com. That's mflamm@carlsonsw.com. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have and provide you with more videos based on the topics that you request. Thank you.